morning. It's Ginny and Tim at DS Tech in Escanaba, Michigan, and we're going to tell you a phishing story today.
Yep.
A couple of them, actually.
Yeah. Phishing stories never get old.
No, they don't. They never get old. Yep. And there's always the same lessons to learn over and over again.
Yep.
And we all make the same mistakes over and over again, believe it or not. So make sure you stop by our website at dstech.net, sign up for our newsletter, and then look for your free security assessment. So what's the first story we got? Because I got one that goes along with it.
Okay. So, with phishing, the reason I'm bringing up this again is it's kind of making the news on the internet right now where there's a larger YouTube presence. His name is Linus Tech Tips, and he basically just got his Twitter account, or X, or whatever you're going to call it nowadays, phished and taken over, where they were posting random things from his account, things like this. And they didn't go into the deep debriefing yet onto his show about exactly all the nitty-gritty nerd details, but there was some information that came out as how it's happened, and then we can take some lessons to that on how to avoid getting phished yourself. Biggest thing is what happened was he had gotten one of those alerts on your phone or an email that says, hey, your account's logged in from a new device or a new location, or sometimes they'll have those extra, are you sure this is you, and did you actually log in, kind of a deal. And what he did is then he just clicked on the link in the message, and that was a phishing link. They got his credentials, logged in, reset his MFA, and they got into his Twitter account. Did, nothing too crazy. I mean, he was able to get to support, restore it, and but yeah, so he clicked the link, and then
he clicked the
link. And his excuse was, he's like, well, I was with my family, we're having a barbecue, having a drink or two or whatever it is, you're having a good time. And he gets this notification on his phone and just clicks it. Just clicks it, because that's how we are. We're humans. We're easy.
Yeah.
We're not going to go to the direct website itself or whatever. It's just convenient to click that notification and see what's going on. That's odd and
pain in the butt to go to the website.
Yeah.
Right? Because you got to open your browser and you got to type in Amazon.com.
Then you got to log in. Then you got to verify.
2FA or whatever. And
so he didn't do that in this moment, and that's the one moment where he'll get through. And there's a good couple takeaways from this. One is they only had gotten into the Twitter X account because he was smart and he didn't reuse his passwords. Commonly, what hackers will do is if they get your password for one thing, say they get into your Twitter X account, at that point they're going to take that email and password combination that just worked, and now they're going to try Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, every single website that exists, to try to hope that you were lazy and reused your password, and now they're getting into additional things. So thankfully, he has a little bit of technical background, and it was unique password, probably using a password manager if I had to guess, so he just recreated a new one, reset up his stuff, and he's good to go. But huge reason why you never want to reuse the credentials, because they'll take those same pair and use it for different sites trying to get in, and again, do other things. Another one too is, he was able to he knew what he was doing right away. So the second it didn't work, and he's like, oh wait, password, just change your okay. He instantly knew the signs. So it's a good thing to report phish things to your management or bring it to people's attention right away, so they're not just dwelling on it, doing additional damage to where you might not be able to recover it easily. So same thing when you're at work. If you click the phishing link, even if it's a test or whatever, always report that incident to DS Tech for your providers or someone else. That way we can get on it, do the appropriate actions immediately, revoke your sessions, sign you out, reset your password, get you good to go. That way they're not, they call it moving laterally, or kind of going throughout the environment to try to do more damage or get more data. So that's, it's good that he recognized it, was able to correct it quickly, and then just, being able to just be self-aware and admit, oh, I should have done that, and then learning from it so you don't do it again.
I actually have two stories because this happened to me once. Is they took over my Instagram account.
Yep, social media is a big thing where
I'm shopping with my daughter.
Okay.
And one of the moms that I'm friends with texts me and says, Ginny, I think there's something wrong with your Instagram account.
Oh.
I go and look at it, and it's like this bikini model
like
posting pictures, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, when did I turn into an AI bot?
I know, right? So I was able to just change my password right away.
Change it again
because they didn't get that far.
Yeah,
right.
They probably got it from a data leak. Jenny's email and password from a data leak, and it just hadn't been rotated in a year or whatever it is. So they tried it, logged in, MFA, and I probably don't have MFA on every single one of your social media accounts.
At that time, I didn't. Yep. This time, now I do.
Now you do.
Now I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned. And then the other story I had was a friend of mine had his Facebook account hacked, and that one was pretty nasty. Actually, he never really got that account back.
Yeah.
But they went out and spammed all of his friends.
Tried it. It's like the old emails, right? They
Yeah.
get your email and they email your friends' emails, and then it's just kind of spreads
Cash
that
at
way.
me, you know.
Yeah. Hey, I'm having a hard time. Blah blah. Here's this link. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to a friend of mine's mother too, where she got her account hacked, and to the point where with those giant companies, sometimes it's hard to actually get support to reset your account and whatever. So they just
They don't
she
really
just
have
gave
a
up,
good
and she just
staff.
made a new Facebook account. Same
Yep.
thing. She just made a new one, whatever, and it's like a completely random name, but only her friends know her as that name. So whatever. But
Yeah, Facebook actually doesn't have a huge staff.
Yeah.
So you
It's
you
hard
don't
to
get to
get-
talk
yeah.
to a person.
If you don't
just,
set up MFA and alternate email to recover, then there's no single path that they have all the hooks in it. You
Yep.
need someone to manually reset you, and at that point, it can be hard on the bigger platforms. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. It's,
Eventually that account will get shut down.
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't affect you and your second account.
yeah, and just let your friends know. Obviously, they're
But-
making you aware of this. Let them be aware. Hey, just so you know, look out for this stuff. My account was compromised, which can happen. Same thing with like your email, or if Linus wasn't able to fix his thing, the next step would be to inform your other clients, like, hey, just so you know, if you get any weird emails from me, don't click the links on them. It can be useful to help proactively spread that awareness if you do for sure know that you were compromised to your other vendors or clients and things like that. If it's
And we did another video about the people who just take your pictures and create accounts that
Yep,
kind
and
of look like you. That's
Yep.
different. That's not an actual hack. That's just them
Using-
cloning you.
Yeah, they're using AI to
Yep.
create hundreds of thousands of unique accounts to then either boost ad revenue, do campaigns, whatever it is they're trying to do with these things. It's almost like a botnet, but a social
Yeah.
media botnet.
Just
in
have
a sense.
everybody report it and it'll get taken down.
Yep.
It's pretty easy and pretty quick. Facebook recognizes those pretty quickly.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's
So
it
the
for
long
that.
story
right?
from this whole thing here is just don't click the links. Phishing is still a thing that's going to be prevalent, not only now, but probably till the end of computer time, just because it's the one thing that you can't patch humans. So you're always going to have that human interaction where you do something, one mistake, and then that can be it. So just be vigilant,
Yeah.
pay attention, and then if you do have people like us having your back, we can take the steps to recover your accounts quickly. You just got to make sure to let us be aware of it. And sometimes you might even not even know it. We'll reach out to you. It's happened with some of our clients where we notice something's funky happening. You're like, why did you just log in from this country that you're not at? So we actually take proactive steps where we're going to sign you out, do all this stuff. Then usually they're just like, why isn't my account working? We call them, we're like, just so you know, you had an attack. We just reset everything. Let's change your password. Usually people are okay with that if you're watching their back too. We have security software out there looking at your accounts. But, just in general, if you do click a link or you do something you're not supposed to, own it, report it to management, take the appropriate steps. Don't wait, because that's how things can escalate and become a bigger, problem than it could be. So, yeah.
Yeah. So we talked a lot about social media on this particular episode, but if you're a business and your employees are probably not using social media that much at business, hopefully, right?
Probably got your
Unless
marketing
the
teams on
marketing
Facebook,
team,
probably, but it's the same thing for phishing, whether it's social media, whether it's your email at work. Did you get this invoice from so and so, right? And you just happen to be at a barbecue and whatever. Again, just take the appropriate steps you would take at work to log into the direct account, like anything we've said, and just that'd be the best way to protect yourself. Is never click the link, whether it's a text message now. There a lot more of those are coming through with tracking, so just avoid those, as well as an email notification link. Any of that stuff, just go direct is the best way to keep yourself safe.
Yep, and get your free security assessment. We'll go over some of that, your accounts and stuff. And scan your networks. So drop the word assessment and I'll send you the link. Otherwise, just go to our website.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Make it a great day.